Hey guys, it's Ted in the dark. Hold on, let's find out if I can turn the light up a little bit. There we go. See, this is what happens. Let me know you can hear me or see me. You are on TED, the TED Show, Wednesday edition. Hopefully it's not just me and I chose, there we go, Deidra Pittman's on as she should be. I love Deidra. Give me a thumbs up and let me know that you guys can hear me or see me. The lighting in here is very strange today. I've got my Up Live family on the other show. Hey Brett, Gert's on. So I have a lot of thank yous today. Today's my gratitude show. It's a little longer. Hey Deidra, you're so good to me. But I didn't get a chance to do my, hey, what's up Neil? Good. I didn't get a chance to do my gratitude show last week. We kind of took the week off, kind of regrouped, strategized. Have a lot coming up on the TED Show, really cool stuff, great sponsors, but I have a lot of people to thank, so I want to go in. Hey Shelly. And I don't like this lighting. Look, this Italian guy, that's me, with the shiny head. Here we go. You can see I've got like a 9 head. Here it comes. All right, so I have a lot of people to thank. Let me go through my list. Hey Rose, hey Rachel. There's my partner in crime for insomnia there. What's up, Frederick? All right, so Susie Spicer is my first person. Susie Spicer came on the show 2 weeks ago. Tracy Stein is on the thank you list too, and I need to thank both of them. That show was amazing. Hey Rachel, the stuff that Susie is doing with brainwaves, I was fascinated the entire time. So I just want to give a shout out to Susie, not only for coming on the show and sharing her story. She trusted me enough to share a story, because when she came on, she didn't know I was going to ask her until about 5 minutes before, hey, what's up, Mike, about her story, because she was just going to come on and talk about her what she's doing with brainwaves and her brainwave technology. And I said, no, this show's about a story. You got to tell them something. You got to give them something. And so, so Susie and Tracy, thank you so much. Rose Kemp, I thank her a lot, but I can never thank her enough. I try to go a week or two in between Rose, but every time I need something, every time I want to try something new, she is always there to support me. She comes to events when I need her to. She and I are working together on some things. She trusts me, and I love the fact that she is supporting me, working with Freedom Mortgage, working in my mortgage world, and on so many other levels. Rose is always there, so love you, Rose. Thank you so much for always being there. Jason and Kelli, Jason Perez, Kelli Kirk. Jason owns the insurance school. Kelli is also an owner of the insurance school, part of the insurance school. Hey Sissy, how you doing? And they came and supported me. They always come and support me. Jason, I'm an instructor at the insurance school. He allows me to work with him. He's got creative ideas. He takes the time out to make sure that he's helping me on my social media. And Kelly's there right along for the ride. And I just appreciate both of you so much. And I don't think I've given a shout out to you recently, but we're really working on some cool stuff, Jason and I. And I'm excited about that. And I just want to let you know I appreciate you guys. Then I've got the home team. I thank them every week, but the home team, which is my Freedom Mortgage family, Joe Taggs, Brandon Sturman, James, Arlene, Joe Campagna, and Matt Gordon, and everyone else, Moises and Steve. Amazing. Just an amazing group. I love Freedom Mortgage, and I love the home team. And the home team came in, and they sponsored a beautiful event, an anniversary event that Aida and Mike Lublin had here at the club, and they helped out with it. And so everything I ask for, they give me. It's just awesome, and they want to make a big mark here. And who better to make a big mark with than the TED Show or TED? So thank you to them, and thanks to Aida and Mike. They hosted an amazing, they have hosted an amazing anniversary party. Aida came on the show that same week and shared her beautiful story. I love it when people open up. I think it's so cathartic. And Mike's been on the show too. You guys are just loving, caring, amazing friends. And they're honestly amazingly good people. So check them out. They own the first Brightway, Jason. They own the first Brightway franchise in the entire company. So check them out, Brightway Insurance. Daisy doesn't like to be tagged, but I love her to pieces. Daisy, she is the national president of NAHREP, which is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. That's a lot, NAHREP. And she always shows up to everything. She's helped launch the new chapter. She came to Mike and Ida's party. When she speaks from the heart, and I'd love to get her on the show because she's got an amazing story that she sometimes tells at the NAHREP events. But I just appreciate her. Every time she sees me, she's like, you made the right move, Ted. You're doing great things. Keep it up. And I love that kind of support. Sometimes that's all we need to hear. Sometimes we go an entire day and we don't get those kind of pats on the back that we need. And so I just shout out to Daisy. She's amazing. And then my NAHREP family, the North Orlando chapter, which is the new chapter. I'm part of the marketing team, and the Central Florida chapter, which is helping us all get kicked off. You guys are amazing. Jeff Reyes is on my list too. All of the people on the marketing team, which I'll get to. But they're really trying to make a difference. And so you know, I only speak a little Spanish, un poquito, like Corona, Margarita, dos cervezas, por favor, baño. I mean, I know what's important, but I want people to know that NAHREP is not just for Hispanic realtors. So if you want to get involved, they want to get more involved in the community, you should definitely check us out. You can reach out to me and I can put you in touch with the membership people, but it's an amazing organization nationally and they want to do so much good work and have done so much good work here in Orlando. The Central Florida chapter won chapter of the year last year for the entire NAHREP organization, so check them out. Daniel and Alex, I didn't want to give their last names, but they're two servers here at the Citrus Club. They're two managers, captains at the Citrus Club, and I'll tag them later, but I didn't want everybody at the Citrus Club to know how to reach them on Facebook. Sorry, I love you guys, but I know that's what would happen. But Daniel and Alex always go above and beyond, and during our party with Mike and Ida and the home team, they just, the personal attention to everything, they kept coming up and asking me if I needed anything. They helped out with some stuff that we needed to have done, and so they get huge kudos and shout out. When you're in here, ask for them. When you come to the club, say, I'd love to say hi to Daniel. Daniel orders all my wine. How important could that be? I mean, come on, we all know, gotta have a cocktail or a mojito or a glass of wine. But they're just great people, like all of my Citrus Club family are. Phyllis Burzee, she's got this amazing product, but here's what she does. She wants to include me in everything she's doing on her marketing because she wants to help me find sponsors for the show, and she believes in me, and every time I need anything, Phyllis is there, and I just want to give her a huge shout out for being such a great friend. Alli MacCarroll is just an amazing person. I was supposed to MC her event the same night as the Brightway party, and I had to tell her that I could not do it that week. And instead of writing me off and saying, oh my God, this guy doesn't keep his word, she has become a sponsor of the show, and I'm meeting her today, and everything that she does, she's just got a heart of gold, and I appreciate and love you for that, Alli. Thank you for everything that you do for me. Tony Boner, Tony's a friend of mine. We met briefly here in Central Florida, and then he moved to Atlanta, and I want to give a shout out to, thank you, Brett. I want to give a shout out to him because he always comes on the show and he says, great show, Ted. He tunes in, like Diane Bourne, who's on now. All of you guys that come on regularly, I'm going to try to thank you because it's so important to what we're doing to have your input and have you on here. Tony always goes out of his way to share the videos and compliment me and give me positive feedback, and I love him for that. Andres Ospina we're working on I've got some people I want to thank in the mortgage world. So Andres, thank you so much for trusting me with business, trying to help out with a particular, I don't care how big the problem is, we want to try to do it. So I appreciate you giving me a shot. I appreciate all of these people that give me a shot. Sarita's working on a referral that came from David Pavlik, Sarita Cabrera, so I love her to pieces. She's part of NAHREP with us. She's a realtor with Watson. David Pavlik's with his capital, and they sent us a deal that we're working on the mortgage side. And I just want to give shouts out. When people do that kind of stuff, they can choose anybody, and the fact that they trust me enough to let me try to help their client means the world to me. So thank you. David Hamilton has been a friend of mine for 10 or 11 years, and we're working on his loan, and he's a veteran, God bless him. And I just think it's important to thank, since I personally know him, I don't mind saying that. I'm not going to call out all of the people who are doing loans with me, but he's a special friend and he trusts me after 10 years, and he was a former mortgage broker, so we've kept close. He's been through it and he is coming out on the other side, and I just want to give him a shout out. Yvonne Sandoval, we did our first Manic Monday show, but it's so much more than that. We have a great partnership. We are working together on things with Orlando, with 80/20. We're working on things with realtors. We're working on educational. But every kind of idea that I throw at her, she always finds a way to support me. And I really, really appreciate that, Yvonne. She's also my 80s trivia person. And keep tuning into our show because I think we're going to try to grow that. And we had a blast last time. And thanks for all the positive feedback. I'm going down my list. Suzy Parker, thank you for letting me help out with your open house. This is small stuff to some people, but do you ever get thanked for that stuff? I think we should thank people more often, even for the small things, and that's not really a small thing. So she trusted me enough, and she let me create a flyer for her, and I would love to support you and so much more. So thank you, Susie, for trusting me to do that. Tom Vuong, also, hey, Tom V. Tom sent me, he's got some referrals for me, and I appreciate that. Look, a referral doesn't always turn into somebody a piece of business, but the fact that you just give the referral is so important. So if you're not getting thanked for your referrals, if people aren't, you don't have to go on a show to do it, but you should be reaching out to people and thanking them. Everything you do, if you go ahead, Neil, love you, I'll get to you. Yep, you're welcome. Thank you for coming on. But thank everybody. It sounds small, thank them. I promise you, you're going to get it back 1,000-fold. Nasser Almulla. Nasser is a young entrepreneur, and he took time on a Saturday, and he's got a successful everything, a marketing company. He works on, he's got a podcast. He does promotion, social media promotion. And Nasser took time with me on Saturday while I was working in the pool, and took time out and really went through. He taught me a whole bunch of stuff on social media, and then we brainstormed. Thanks, Mike. See you tomorrow. But he's just an amazing guy, talented, so I definitely reach out to Nasser. And all of these people you should be able to see either on my Facebook feed or on my friends or on likes from the TED Show. So reach out to them if any of this makes sense to you. Tell them that you heard it on the Gratitude Show, mainly because I want them to get more from what they're doing for me, and I appreciate them. And his beautiful mom, Kat, called me same day or the day after, and we had a great conversation and invited me to be part of something that I'm really excited about, but I don't know if I can announce right now. But the fact that they think of me and trust me enough, it means the world to me. When you get a call and somebody says, hey, I want you to do something, that's basically them saying, I like you, I like how you are, and I want to work with you. So thank people. Pete Cook. Pete and I are working on something too. Pete is one of the owners of pot.com. We did the launch on 4/20. I know it was awesome. But Pete and I have known each other through Riza Schulman for quite a while, and he and I are going to collaborate on stuff. It means the world to me, Pete, that you trust me enough to know that we're going to do some great stuff together. Britt Mac, Britt and Deidra, here you go. So Britt and Deidra are they're tax divas, they're credit boutique, they are amazing human beings that I am working with and I'd really love to do a show with, but they're so helpful in every aspect of what I'm trying to accomplish, and they're helping me out personally and professionally on a million different levels, and I just want to give them a huge shout out. Deidra prays for me, she prays over me, she probably sometimes watches this show and thinks, dude, you need to get to work. But this show is part of my ministry and part of my work. So I just love you. Deidra, I love you. Hey, what's up, Brett? All right. Hi, Bob. How you doing? What's up, Bob? Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody. All right, see, lots of thank yous. Brett Schulman. I love you too, D. Mama D. We call her Mama D. John Lazenby, who is the former president of the Orlando Regional Realtors Association. He has just been such a great friend to me, always was when he was president, and since then, he's kind of taken me under his wing. He's just a good man. He's one of those good human beings, and he's trying to get me involved, and I'm going to be with Florida Citrus Sports. But I just appreciate him. He follows up. He's got a good heart, a good soul, and he's honest as the day is long, and I love that about John. I appreciate you, John. Rachel Ruffing. So Rachel Ruffing is the president-elect for the Women's Council of Realtors, the Orlando chapter. And when we recently went to an event, Rachel was incredibly gracious, introduced me around, got me in front of people. She hung out with us because I had my Freedom Home team here, and when we went to the event, but I felt really at home with her taking me around, and I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you, and I appreciate your support, and appreciate what you're doing, and I'm really looking forward to 2019 with Rachel. Devin Collins. Devin Collins is a mortgage guy like me, but he's so much more. But Devin wants to help me in my MC and my speaker business, and he goes out of his way to introduce me to people. He always sends me positive stuff. Sometimes it's super funny and super inappropriate, but if you know Devin, you know that. But such a good guy. Hey, Bob. I got to keep saying hi to Bob, so I got to look over here. Hey, guys, I appreciate you too. But I just want to thank you, Devin, because just because we're in the same industry doesn't mean we should not be collaborating, people. Just because I'm a mortgage guy doesn't mean I can't love other mortgage people like Tara, like Lawrence, there's a million of them, and Devin happens to be one who's come up quite a bit recently, and I appreciate that, Devin. Sharda and Naipaul, they own Universal Realty, and they brought me a table full of people who we're going to do business with. A builder, somebody who owns a tequila company and a rum company, and he's on here too. And that brings me to Yamil Rivera and Junno Faria and Jeremy Rivera, which are the three people she brought. And those guys are all in real estate, work with her, but also have so many other things that they do. Thank you for the comments. Spectacular debut. I appreciate that. But I love you, Sharda. I love all you guys. I really appreciate the fact that you met with us yesterday on the spur of the moment and you allowed us to come into your office, which is beautiful. And I just appreciate that you've always been there. Every time I ask for anything, you come. Like you came to the club, you came to the party. You brought, like when you tell me you're going to do something, you do it, and I appreciate that. Nydia Marrero was here the night of we had an event where we were doing bringing members in, and Nydia took a video of me, and we've just been friends for a long time. Sometimes you can be friends in the industry and not do any business with each other, and I think that's okay. So I have realtor friends that haven't sent me business before, but it's going to come. It always does. And I just want to tell Nydia I appreciate her. She sent me some insurance business when I owned the insurance offices. I don't anymore, but I still know people who do, so you want to continue to send those to me. But thank you, Nydia. Jon Maple and Alice Bartolomeo, I just want to thank them for inviting me to the amazing event on July 4th. They invite me every year. They always include me. I always feel welcome. You guys take care of me when I'm there. You put up with me. You always have the best bar and the best food and the best view for anything July 4th. So I appreciate you both so much for all the support that you give me. And I wanted to let you know how much fun Stacy and I had. Bobby Del Vecchio and Elena, I'm sorry, I said Elena, didn't I? Asha Elena. Saw them at John and Alice's party. Bobby Del Vecchio, if you don't know him, he's a drummer, a famous drummer. Drummed with some of the biggest talents in the world in the 60s, 70s, and probably the 80s. You should see some of the pictures. But Bobby is a big supporter of kids, anything that has to do with cancer and children. And we saw him at the party John and Alice had, and he told me that I'm in his book, so I can't wait. Because Bobby's always been a big supporter of mine, and anything I ever do, he gets behind. And I just appreciate both of you for that. You should check him out. He's so talented, Bob Del Vecchio. Mary Tiffany, you know I love Mary Tiffany on a million different levels. First of all, I could eat a cake of hers every day. Obsessive Cake Disorder is her Facebook page. You definitely want to check that out. But Mary is also a professional, and I don't know how to call you, but you see people. So she's been helping so many of my friends, me personally. I just want to give her a huge shout out. She's such a loving, caring human being, and sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. And Mary's always there, and she's always kind-hearted and always giving and gives 1,000%. So Mary Tiffany, I love you. Cress and Tami Diglio, I just met with Cress today, so it's so funny. Cress and Tami invited us to their table at Runway to Hope, which is the event that Mark Nejam and his wife put on every year, and they were so gracious. We sat at their table, and then today, out of nowhere, he said, I just want to meet with you. Life coach, thanks Mary. He said, I just want to meet with you. I like to do business with people who are like-minded, and it's very hard to find those, Ted, and I'd really like to do more with you. I mean, that came out of nowhere today. Look, this is gratitude. So important. You know how that made me feel? I walked away from that meeting going, okay, I must be doing something right. Don't we want to hear that sometimes? I try to tell people all the time. It's nice to hear it on the other end. Bobby Vecchio, Bobby Davidovitz, and Gil Ramos, they are the Exit people downtown, Exit Realty, and we're working on a project with them. And anytime I ask Bobby to do anything for me, he always comes. He comes to my shows. He'll come to a meeting. He'll meet anybody. If I ask him, the answer is never no. And I just appreciate you guys so much, both of you, for working with me and wanting to continue to work with me. But Bobby has never says no, and then he drags Gil along, but Gil's such a good sport. I already said Jeff Reyes. Jeff Reyes is the president of the NAHREP NAHREP Orlando North chapter. And so Jeff is just been such a great support to me. You know, when we're starting a new chapter, there's a lot of things to overcome, and I love the fact that as a chapter with him leading it and all of our leaders, that they are very even-keeled. So there's a lot that could go wrong, it always does, but we focus on the positive, and Jeff is part of that, and leadership shows that. So I just appreciate you, Jeff. And then finally, You know, I'm not really big on my past family. I mean, I keep in contact with my cousins. I love them. But as far as other family goes, it's just not my thing. There's a whole long story at some point I will tell on a show. But I really don't have any relationship. But a cousin of mine, Dan Stevens, reached out, Danny, I haven't talked to him probably since my grandfather's funeral in 1991. And he just said, you know, it's been too long. All of our families are going through stuff. Wouldn't it be great if we could reconnect, because family is very important. So I just appreciate him taking the initiative after 27 years and saying, hey, I haven't talked to you, but I remember you. You were important in my childhood. Remember those childhood things, my cousins were my family, because they're my grandparents. That I was very blessed to have that, and I think that was one of the many reasons that I happened to remain partially sane during my childhood. But anyway, that is me, that is it. If I missed anybody, you know I love you. I love this gratitude show. I know it goes long, but there's so many people to thank. Look at how many people, those are the ones that I could remember that I wrote down. How many people are impacting you that you are thankful for, that you could thank on a daily or weekly basis? Try it, you're gonna love it, I promise you. It's very cathartic, and people remember it and they appreciate it, and I promise you, you plant those seeds and it comes back a million times over. I love you guys, thank you so much. Mwah.